Have you ever experienced this thing where you're on your bed and you're going to sleep, when you suddenly have all these ideas, when you suddenly have this burst of motivation to do something productive, to finally change your life for the better? And I've always wondered why this thing, this burst of motivation, only happens at night when I'm about to go to sleep. And despite all the motivation that I felt during the previous night, it's funny because it never really translated to me into taking action. And it never really came to a point where I actually did something. I actually did some work to finally change my life. Motivation is a fickle thing. That is why it never really was a sustainable way for me to become productive. Instead, I found something more potent. I found something that really forced me to do something about my life, to change my habits. Because if I didn't, I would suffer that consequence for the rest of my life. The one thing that I found was fear. You see, after I lost my money and then some doing crypto, I started to feel like I was that good for nothing child. I promised my mother 3 years. 3 years that I would follow my passion. 3 years that I would start this YouTube channel to become an entrepreneur. But 3 years passed and I have nothing to show for. Even in that 3 years, I barely uploaded videos. I didn't have any job. I didn't have any money. And I was just a lazy bum living off his aunt's goodness. I couldn't even sleep at night because I had this nagging feeling inside me that if I didn't start, if I didn't change my life, I would forever, I would be forever regretting my decision. A lot of us are complaining that we really don't have any say in our circumstances. I used to think that we have been dealt a bad hand by life. I still think that you're living in comfort. Not in that luxury kind of comfort, but that comfort where you're satisfied on what your life has become. You're okay with how things are. Because once you've experienced that fear of knowing that you don't have anything to fall back on, that stress inducing pain that you feel every night, and that certainty that if you do not do anything to change your life, that you will be miserable for the rest of your life. I think that fear will really force you, not motivate you, but force you to really change the trajectory of your life. And that fear is better than any motivational video that you will see. Because you really have two choices. You only really have two choices. It's either you improve yourself and be a better man, that you always wanted to be, or do nothing and be miserable for the rest of your life. That's all for me. See you in the next video.